How did the Honda Center come about? What is the genesis? What is the origin? What is the very beginning of the Honda Center?
2 years from now, this will be the site of a state-of-the-art sports arena where millions will come to watch basketball and hockey.
My name is Fred Hunter, and I was elected mayor of Anaheim on November 8th, 1988. On November 30th of 1988, I was sworn in as mayor. Shortly thereafter, I received a phone call by a person by the name of Neil Papiano. He's an attorney, sometimes referred to as the attorney for the stars, namely Elizabeth Taylor. And it was at my law office, which was across the street from City Hall. It was an old house that I made into a law building, and it belonged to Kate and Ella Rae. Street name Catella was named after the two sisters that lived in that house. I got this phone call from Mr. Papiano, and he said he wants to take me to lunch. And I said, okay, when? And he says, today. So Mr. Papiano and I went to lunch, and we went to the Pacific Club in Newport Beach. The Pacific Club is a members-only club where people like Donald Bren and George Idris and the Cedrisons go to lunch and do business. So Mr. Papiano, he represents the Nederlander group, and they put on concerts with name stars around the country. But then he tells me about Ogden Foods, and he says Ogden Foods has $100 million, and they want to build an arena in Anaheim. Now, Ogden Foods is the food and beverage folks that had most of the arenas and stadiums around the country. So he tells me, I got the concerts, we got the food and beverage, and $100 million. So I said, okay, Mr. Papiano, come with me. So I took him and we went to the Anaheim Police Heliport, which is located downtown Anaheim. I was a former Anaheim police officer, so everybody knew me. They called me Freddie. So we get up in the helicopter and we fly around Anaheim. You know, Anaheim is 30 miles long, so we're way out east. We come back, we look over the stadium. Now we're flying over Disneyland, and Mr. Papiano goes like this, there, and he's pointing down. And I said, what? And he's pointing at the 55-acre strawberry field adjacent to Disneyland. And I said, no, Mr. Papiano, that's off limits. The last time anybody tried to do something there did not turn out well. So time moves on. Bob Simpson's the city manager. I stay in touch with Papiano, so does Mr. Simpson. And then we go to July of 1989. Jim Ruth is now the city manager. So Jim Ruth, myself, and a man named Hans Klein, he's the president of the Phoenix Club. Phoenix Club was located on Douglas Street, and it went all the way to the riverbed. Nice piece of property. It was the largest German club west of the Mississippi. So we have a beer out on the picnic tables, and we agree on $8.1 million to buy the Phoenix Club. Sweet deal for them, sweet deal for the city. We also worked out a deal where he got a piece of property around the corner where the current Phoenix Club is here today. Of course, as we move along, things happen. You know, the Rams are still in Anaheim. The Angels are there. And they go, wait a minute, you're going to build a 20,000-seat arena. Where are they going to park? And they said, you better not be parking on the stadium parking lot. The arena folks and the city agreed with the Rams football team and the Angels baseball team that we will not use the stadium parking lot for any events that occurred at the Anaheim Arena, which is now the Honda Center. Now, as we go forward, I'm up for re-election. And there's a council meeting, and the next thing you know, the place is packed. And there's headlines called Hunter's Boondoggle, 100 million taxpayers' dollars to build this arena. We got no basketball team, no hockey team, no concert headliner. So at the council meeting, I said, I want to ask you folks one question. Everyone that slept in a hotel room in the Disneyland area in the last year, raise your hand. Not one hand went up. They figured it out. It was the bed tax that we used to buy the Phoenix Club and other properties and other venues in the area to build the arena. Ogden Foods was coming up with $100 million. The city's portion was to find, locate, and buy properties to build it. It was done with the bed tax that the tourists pay when they're in a hotel room in Anaheim. Anaheim makes millions of dollars every year from the tourists that sleep in the hotel rooms.
I've kept my promise, folks. The arena is almost complete at no cost to the taxpayers of this city, and we've created jobs, not only for now, but into the future for our children.
November 8th, 1990 is the groundbreaking ceremony. Well, plaques put together saying the dream becomes a reality, and I still like to call it, build it and they will come. We had no hockey team, no basketball team, no concert lined up. Build it and they will come. So 2 years after the phone call from Neil Papiano, we're breaking ground. I want to thank a lot of people involved in getting the Honda Center built, especially in the very beginning. And that's Bob Simpson, Jim Ruth, especially Neil Papiano, Joel Fick, Gary Johnson, so many people that were involved in the very beginning. They had my back and I had their back. You know, Vince Lombardi says, overcome resistance with persistence. And I like to say, you need to fight the good fight, you need to finish the race, and you need to keep the faith. So now, this video I hope will show you the genesis, the beginning, and the actual origin of the Honda Center being built.